The bustling city of Lagos, Nigeria, there lived a hard-working Igbo lady called Ngozi. She was in her 30s, independent and fiercely determined to make a good life for herself. Ngozi had been working diligently for years, saving up for a suitable future. Her dream was simple: to get married and start a family. But with each passing year, the pressure to settle down grew more intense, and desperation began to seep into her decision. One Sunday morning, during a church service, Ngozi met Ndubuisi, a young and charming Igbo carpenter. Ndubuisi was known for his skill in making modern furniture and seemed to be doing quite well financially. When he approached her after the service, his warm smile and easy comportment immediately drew her in. Over time, Ndubuisi began to show interest in her, and soon enough, he proposed marriage to Ngozi. Ngozi, eager to settle down, saw this as a blessing from God and quickly accepted. However, there were early signs that something was off. Whenever they went out, Ndubuisi always seemed to delay when it was time to pay for anything, leaving Ngozi to settle the bills. She brushed this off, thinking it wasn't a big deal since she had her own money. She believed in the traditional values of supporting her future husband and never questioned his behavior. Little did she know that Ndubuisi had other motives. As the plans for their traditional wedding moved forward, Ngozi's friend Bola visited her one afternoon. It was Bola's first time meeting Ndubuisi, who was busy cooking in his modest kitchen. As they chatted, Bola grew suspicious. She asked Ngozi probing questions about their wedding plans and financial arrangements. Ngozi, in her excitement and naivety, revealed that she had been the one buying most of the things needed for the wedding, believing Ndubuisi would reimburse her later. Bola, sensing Ndubuisi's manipulation, advised Ngozi to slow down and reconsider her decision, warning her that marriage was a lifetime commitment. But Ngozi was too desperate. She was the Ada of her family, that means the first daughter of the family, and could not wait for her traditional wedding day in the village. Her mother, also wary of Ndubuisi, confronted Ngozi about who was funding all the preparations. Ngozi lied to cover Ndubuisi, saying he would send the money through a bank transfer. In reality, Ndubuisi had over 3 million saved in his account, while Ngozi drained her savings. The traditional wedding approached. Ndubuisi was supposed to travel with Ngozi and her family to their village, but he made excuses and arrived late with his people. During the ceremony, Ndubuisi whispered to Bola, who had traveled to the village too with Ngozi, to ask Ngozi for 5,000 naira from the mint notes she had kept in her box back in Lagos. This was the moment Ngozi realized she had been the one spending all along. She even paid her bride price. Embarrassed and pressured, she handed over the money to save face, since Ndubuisi said that was the money he would put in the cup after drinking a palm wine. During the ceremony, Ngozi had danced out with her friends to greet her in-laws and everyone. When it was time for her to do the tradition of showing who her husband was in the crowd, she had danced out with a cup of palm wine as she danced towards her husband in the crowd. She gave the cup of palm wine to her husband on her knees in the midst of his people. He drank the palm wine and brought out the mint notes and stuffed them into the cup. He then helped her up and they both danced to Ngozi's parents. After the wedding, The reality of her situation began to sink in. Ndubuisi became more controlling, monitoring her calls and forbidding her from going anywhere without him. She stopped talking to Bola, her friend, who was one of her few confidants. Concerned, Bola one day called Ndubuisi requesting to speak with Ngozi since she hasn't been able to reach Ngozi directly. As Ngozi got on the phone to speak with her friend, she was very happy. They chatted for few minutes and agreed to meet at an eatery. But Ngozi, on the day of their meeting, showed up 3 hours late, visibly shaken and not herself. Bola sensed that Ngozi was under emotional abuse and pressed her for the truth. At first, Ngozi defended Ndubuisi. She said to her friend, "My husband loves me. He is not a bad person." Bola then shared the tragic story of her late elder sister who had died of love. She died at the age of 34, leaving children. She had suffered emotional abuse from her loving husband. She bottled everything up, told no one, until a fateful day she had landed in the hospital bed as a result of overthinking and depression. She tried to tell all she's been through, but she didn't go halfway when she went in coma and passed on from the coma 4 days after. Bola said to Ngozi, "Please don't die. Live. You are somebody's daughter." This broke Ngozi down. She broke down in tears and opened up everything to Bola. She confessed that Ndubuisi had been physically and emotionally abusing her. Bola encouraged her to seek help from the church counselor who had provided them with premarital counseling before their traditional wedding. Ngozi, desperate for a solution, followed Bola's advice. She met the counselor and revealed everything she had been through. The counselor, wise and experienced, invited both Ngozi and Ndubuisi for a session without disclosing that Ngozi had already spoken to her. She asked them probing questions about their finances, their relationship, and any tension in their marriage as the church's way of having a post-marital counseling for newlyweds in their church within the first year of marriage. The counselor had told them that they must ensure to tell the truth, as the session was always to help newlyweds get better in their marital journey. As she asked the questions, Ngozi would answer as it was, and then Ndubuisi had no place to hide. He had no choice than to open up to the counselor. The counselor embarked on a journey of reconciliation with them, emphasizing honesty, respect, and true partnership. It was a challenging process, but Ndubuisi began to change. He realized the damage he had caused and slowly started becoming a better husband. A year later, Ngozi conceived and gave birth to a son. 2 years later, she also had a daughter. They moved into the house that Ndubuisi had used Ngozi's money to build back there, but he began to contribute genuinely to their family's well-being. Ngozi, though hurt, by the past, was grateful for Bola's persistence and the counselor's wisdom. She learned the importance of not ignoring red flags and the value of having true friends who stand by you even when it's uncomfortable. To my beautiful spinsters, it's important to note that desperation can cloud judgment. Rushing into a relationship out of fear or desperation can lead to life-altering mistakes. Never ignore red flags. Ignoring signs of manipulation, financial abuse, and control can lead to deeper issues in relationships. It's important to address concerns early on. The value of true friendship is important. A loyal friend who speaks the truth, even when it's difficult to hear, is invaluable. Bola's unwavering support helped Ngozi face reality and to seek help. Seeking help can lead to redemption. Through counseling and the willingness to change, even the most strained relationships can find a path to healing and growth. To all my married ladies that may be experiencing the same thing Ngozi experienced, or may be in an abusive relationship, please seek counsel. Don't stay quiet in an abusive relationship. Refuse to be depressed. Refuse to die young. Marriage is to be enjoyed no matter the status of the family. Open up. A lot of young women have died because they didn't say to anyone. They thought they could cope, and before they knew it, they fell into depression. Some got eaten up by one sickness as a result of their overthinking and passed on from there, never to return to this side of eternity. There is at least one person in your carcass that you can confide in, you can trust to help you. Don't suffer alone. Don't suffer in silence. Refuse to be depressed and refuse to die young. Thank you for watching my story. Comments are welcomed in the comment section below. Please share with me what you love about the story and what you learned from the story. This is African Tales by Ewa. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so and share this story with your loved ones. I appreciate your time spent on my channel. I do not take your support for granted until I come your way with another interesting story. Bye for now.